So we are live on Facebook as well. Namaste to everybody. We are just going to start with 3 ohms and a little Shanti mantra. So sitting on the chair or wherever you are sitting with back straight. We'll chant 3 ohms. Inhale. Joining your hands in Namaskara Mudra at the heart center. Simply listen to this wonderful Shanti mantra, the meaning of which is, may we both be protected, may we both be nourished. May this practice bring energy, radiance, brilliance, and let there be no discord between the two of us. Peace, peace, peace. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And gently bringing your hands down and open your eyes. Namaste. Welcome to this wonderful evening where Navratri is being celebrated by many. There is all celebration, especially among the Indian circles. And thank you for joining on this day. Although you may have other festivities to attend later. So we'll not, without much ado, we are just going to start. I would like to introduce 2 people here. There is Rima Shah, who is going to be doing the starting centering, and also she handles all the questions later. So Rima Shah has been our senior yoga teacher, RYT, ERYT, and she experienced yoga teacher and yoga faculty, as well as she handles all the administration of education administration as well. And she also is pursuing diploma in yoga therapy, and she has been a physical therapist by education. So that's Rima, and then we'll introduce Priya right away so that we can, when she goes, she'll start right away. So here is Priya Karthik, and she is also a yoga teacher and has been with us for a couple of years now, and she has been quite actively helping in various fronts in yoga education, in yoga classes, and also slowly putting her foot into yoga therapy. So that is Priya Karthik. So together, we 3 will be hosting the webinar for today. So first, let's move on to Rima Shah. Rima, take it from here.
Thank you, Ashwini. So just getting a rough agenda for today. We'll be doing small centering and then Brahmari Pranayama, and then we'll have a good talk about the approach we'll be taking for this pain workshop. And followed by, we'll have 20 minutes of practice. If you can join us for the practice, and that's just a glimpse of what we'll be covering in the coming workshop. And then we'll open up for the questions. So sit comfortably in a sitting position, could be on the floor, on the chair. If you're sitting on the chair, make sure your feet are grounded on the floor. Relax your shoulders, arms. You can rest your palms on your thigh, close your eyes. And quickly scan your whole body from top of your head to tip of your toes. Observe any discomfort, anything that is bothering you. Just bring your awareness to that area, to that part. And let it go, that awareness, shifting to the breath now. Observe your breath. Are you breathing deeply? Are you breathing shallow? Just simply bringing that awareness to your breath. Now shifting the awareness to your mind. Let the thoughts come in and go. Acknowledge your thoughts. Let's try not to analyze our thoughts, just simply acknowledging and moving on. Bringing the awareness back to the breath. Let us take one deep inhale from all the way from the root of our abdomen. Inhale. Exhale. Release that tightness, the tension, that anywhere that is built up. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And moving on to, we'll do 5 rounds of Brahmari Pranayama. It's an humming sound. We make a ma sound as you exhale, like We'll do 5 rounds. Again, sitting where you are, just simply adopting a chain mudra, the thumb touching the index finger, and palms are facing the ceiling, placing it on your thighs. Close your eyes. We'll do 5 rounds of Brahmari Pranayama. Inhale. Inhale. Last round. And release the mudra and observe the vibrations. With few blinks, gently open your eyes. Moving on to this small presentation. If you have any questions, please type it in the chat and we'll answer at the end. Ashwini, to you.
Thank you, Rima. And today we'll be listening to a short presentation followed by the experience session, which is probably which answers most of the questions here. So I hope you all can see the slides. Just thumbs up if you can, and if you can hear me also. Okay, good, thank you. So here are the slides. I'll cover mostly back, not so much neck. Yeah, so sorry, let's go on. So yoga for back pain, that's the subject here. Mainly, let's first look into back itself. What are the reasons for back pain? Could be structural issues, something happened. It could be injury. It could be congenital problem. It could be degenerative issue where there is a slip disc, there is a degenerated disc, there is a some kind of a spinal stenosis where narrowing of the spinal canal, anything, any of these. Or functional issues where repeated use can cause muscle spasm, mainly muscle related. That could be functional issue. So either of them give the pain, and it's not like structural issue will be worse than functional issue or anything. It all depends, and one cannot just say that a certain back pain is in a certain way. Everything is just very, very personal. And people may have structural issues, may not experience any back pain. They could be walking around fine. There could be a mild functional issue or mild structural issue. People could be fine. Mild functional issue. People could be overreacting and could be feeling miserable, or very deep functional issue, chronic, very deep chronic issue. So it can be, there is no easy way to identify how much pain and whether that pain corresponds to a certain kind of pain, a certain kind of diagnosis. So diagnosis and pain don't necessarily have an exact correlation, is what we are trying to say here. And what are the general causes? Human evolutionary changes for sure, because we were nicely quadrupled animals with 4 legs, but now we are walking on 2 legs. The center of gravity is very small, so the lower back and the neck, they are the ones that take maximum load, and there is also maximum mobility where we are constantly moving, and that also adds to wear and tear. So that's one of the main reasons. Aging is another main reason. When we say aging, we don't mean age. Aging could be somebody at 40 could have aged more than somebody at 70. So we are talking here at biological age, not the chronological age. So that is one of the factors. Definitely with age, also one can develop all the problems along with back pain. Tumors, infection, injury, and any autoimmune conditions. And so these are some of the causes. But however, as most of the yogic texts say, the anadhija causes, that is the causes that are due to injury, due to infections, which may be seeming like an external cause, ultimately everything is adhija. Everything is ultimately the mind-born, stress-born problems, and stress can be in this life, which is samanya vyadhi, as it is called, or sara vyadhi, which could be all the way from the genetic tree. So that is the idea here. In a way, that karma theory also they apply and say that maybe it is the karma somehow that brought you to do what you were doing and got into injury. So that might be one of the theories behind that. But in fact, when we say injuries causing, injuries being the psychosomatic or a stress-born ailment, there's also a stress factor to every injury, adding to the pain. We can look at it that way as well. So in both ways, even the injuries do have, there is yoga's application even when you have an injury and there might be a need for surgery, or there might be simply, you might say that, well, this is who I am congenitally or with an injury, and I have to live with it. Like, for example, scoliosis could be one of them. Oh, this is my condition and I am cursed and that's how I'm supposed to live. No, in fact, you can have a pretty good lifestyle with all these structural issues as well, whether they are injury related or congenital problems. Now let's come straight to the stress related problems themselves. So what happens here when we are stressed out, the limbic cortex, especially the emotional aspects of the brain, they react. They are the ones that are involved in, let's say, amygdala as a fear center in the brain, limbic system. That is the, that tends to, overreact. And then when that happens, the weakest link in the chain breaks. When you pull, the chain, the weakest link breaks. So basically, what are those links? Autonomic nervous system, which is the nervous system. Then we have degenerative process, wear and tear in the body, naturally, constantly happening. When someone can develop back pain at 90, we end up developing back pain at 30 or 40. So that is early aging. And then there is muscle contraction. So the spasms in the muscles, that could be causing simply, and they don't know why back pain is happening, but they cannot see anything structurally, but there is ample pain. So that is can be due to spasms. And then endocrine system, basically imbalances in the hormones, in the whole of, so nervous system or hormonal imbalance. These are all some of the factors. There can be more, and say, for example, autoimmune condition can be one of them. Do you need to put them in endocrine system? Not sure. Immune system, maybe. So that is the endocrine and immune system. We have grouped them together here. So all these can cause pain. Okay. And now coming to stress itself. So what is stress? Stress is simply the reaction to the stimulus that we get from outside. That's when we say outside, we also can say that outside is, even the mind is outside of you. The manomaya kosha, the mind itself is considered an external agent. So sometimes you're simply lying down and you can still be stressed out because, or for example, you could be sleeping and you saw a nightmare and you felt, the whole body reacts and you feel scared and you wake up, and that is also an external stimulus for that matter. So stimulus that you receive from outside, how do you react? How you react? Thank you for recording that, but I think there is also Facebook Live. So, so there is also the reaction aspect. How do we react to the stress when something, whether it is our own body's pain or health condition, and how do we view it? How do we react to it? That is a big part of stress here. And this graph shows that there is a healthy tension. There is a healthy stress. For example, you have to perform, you have to go to work, and you have to show that you are good. And so you're working, and or you're meeting, in the house, wherever you are working. It doesn't have to be office or anything. Wherever you are doing your work, you want to do your best. And that wanting to fulfill your own innate desire itself brings some stress, and which is a good stress, euphoric stress. And up to a certain point, it is a good euphoric stress. That is the comfort zone. And when that comfort zone when you start going over that comfort zone, when you have taken more than that, then you start reaching the distress, and that is the distress. So at one point, when it prolongs, or when it is more than what you can handle, you will reach a point of exhaustion, fatigue, initially fatigue, irritability, fatigue, and then exhaustion. And then when it stays for long enough, then all these ill health can happen. So that all, I'm pretty sure you have heard it a million times in many ways. So there's no point in beating the same thing again. You all know this. Now, I mean, at least most of you know this. Now coming to what is yoga and how yoga can help here. Yoga is basically a skill to slow down the mind. It is not exercise. It is not, while we use exercises, we use the movements of the body and all, that is not the point. Yoga is basically the skill to slow down the mind. It's about mastery over mind. Mana prashamana upayaha yogaha. That is to calm down the mind, whatever it takes, whatever is needed. Healthy way, of course. You cannot say that, oh yeah, maybe alcohol slows down my mind, but that's not what we are talking here. Basically, the safe and healthy way of slowing down the mind. And then it is also chitta vritti nirodha, another definition here. Just simply the waves, these waves that we are talking about, the thought waves, when that slows down and basically comes to a standstill, that is when you are said to have reached the state of yoga. You may be wondering, I thought we must be able to think well and fast and solve those problems and go out and perform in the world. So you are kind of giving this slow down the mind, stop and all that. What is this? This is not, I'm not very happy with this. Many people have come to us and said that, Correct. They're right. So what it means really here is ability to stop the thoughts, ability to control what you want to think. And so basically, let's say you're going and learning some skiing downhill. If you don't know how to stop, what's going to happen? You're just going to crash. So first thing when they teach you skiing, they will ask you to form that wedge and stop. So the first thing they teach you is how to stop. So as far as life's lessons are concerned, we have never learned how to stop. We have only learned how to think. So this is when you know how to stop, that's when you can use your faculty of thinking. Otherwise, you'll go and crash, which is what many of us do. And that's how we develop back pain or any other ailment. So that is the idea here. Sorry. So let's come to what is yoga again. It's a conscious process of going back to our own stress-free, blissful nature. So here it is. What we said here is our own nature. Our own nature is supposed to be where there are no thoughts, like a baby. Think about a baby. That the baby is well fed and diaper is changed and everything is done. Baby is awake. The baby is smiling. The baby is not saying, oh, I'm bored. I should be doing something. I should be achieving something. So that's how we are born, isn't it? And when we grow, we develop those vasanas, which are probably, some of them are already into our genetic system, but many are acquired in this life. And we develop that liking and disliking towards things. And that's when our helpless nature, helplessly moving towards those objects of desire and helplessly moving away from the objects of aversion. This is what we follow. So I'm using the word helpless here, and there is a reason for that. We'll come to that. So basically, what is that reason? Why did we say helpless? Should we move away from things that cause unhappiness? Of course. Should we move towards things that give us happiness? Of course. But why are we doing this as if we are programmed and we don't have control over us? Because we don't have awareness. We do not have the mental strength to be able to, sometimes say, stop, it's okay. If my back hurts, should I be running away from my back pain? Where will you run away from the back pain? The more you fight the back pain, the more you're adding stress to it. So if you say it's okay, if this pain continues, it's okay, let me watch my pain. It's not easy to say that on day one. And it's not easy to say that on our own. There must be an ambience, an environment, a guided session, repeatedly following abhyasa and vairagya. We say repeated abhyasa, repeated sadhana, then, it'll start coming to us. In fact, even one session will show you towards the end, oh, wow, I was feeling better. How did that happen? And again, of course, we go back. It's a dog's tail and it just goes back again, but it's not exactly dog's tail. Dog's tail never becomes straight, but we do. It takes a long enough time, and that's how we think that it's dog's tail, but it's not. Mind is definitely something that we can control. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of patience as well. So it is there in us. It's homecoming. It's not even anything outside. We just are that ananda, that peace and that bliss is who we are. We are a bundle of joy to begin with. We just lost it in between and we moved, we deviated from that. And that's why we are aswastha. Swastha is being established in ourselves. Aswastha is moving away from ourselves. So when we have moved away, oh wait, we can come back, and which is easy. Coming back to our home is very easy because we know it. We always get in touch with that ananda every single day. When is that? At night, when we sleep. Where are we? We are in the state of ananda. Did I get my chocolate? Did I get my, new whatever I was craving for, things like that? No, nothing. But morning, I'm fresh. When I slept well, I feel fresh. So obviously, homecoming is about just letting go and accepting things about it. So that's when we say you have a choice. You will have kartum, akartum, anyatha kartum, shakyam, possible. It's possible to do, not to do another way. That is, I have a pain here. To accept that pain is a choice. To suffer is a choice. I am choosing to suffer. Pain may not be a choice, but suffering is a choice. So this is what yoga teaches us. So we help you to help yourself, of course, through integrated approach of yoga. that is yoga, should be applied at all levels. It's hard for us to go one step at a time. Let's say Ashtanga Yoga says yama, niyama, that is yogic edicts, that is follow satya, truthfulness, ahimsa, non-violence, and so on. That's the first limb of yoga. Then the second limb is yama, niyama. Second limb is niyama, that is personal disciplines. Then comes asana. So then comes pranayama. Are we going like that in stepwise? No, these are limbs. Limbs means they are all different limbs. So we approach from all these areas, and we give you asanas, kriyas, diet, bandha. We don't give you advice for diet, but we give you awareness. And so it's basically all diet also is more about awareness than really getting those, oh, this one gives me that calorie value and things like that. That's not how it works. So you will probably be able to experience all of this as you practice yoga. You will start seeing, oh, wait, my food habits themselves have changed. Not that I'm doing anything too much. I don't have to push myself to go and do some diet. It happens. So this is physical practice, relax and strengthen the muscles, improve flexibility of the spine. All of that is at the physical level. But at the breath work, at the breath level, at pranayama level, we just give you various pranayama practices that helps you slow down the breath, which means slow down the mind and train your breathing. Most of the times when we are under stress, we breathe shallow, there's breathing pattern immediately changes without our awareness. When you then learn this and develop a habit, counter habit, I would like to use the word here, because we already have a habit. That habit is basically shallow breathing. So we develop this counter habit, which will replace these habits that we have, which are holding the muscles, feeling that spasm because we have tension. That tension brings spasm, holding the muscles. At neurological levels, these are wired into our brain, and we slowly reverse and change the wiring in the brain. Of course, it takes time, as you know, but it's not that it's not possible to do. So then slowly with, again, mind as meditation techniques, bhajans and karma yoga, and with intellect, happiness analysis, understanding what is happiness, contemplating on what is happiness, and then also working to maintain and to remove all the habitual tendencies that we have. Slowly all these things happen. We are not doing anything to make them happen. We just simply provide an ample good atmosphere, ambience for it to happen. So basically, you should be applying yoga should be applied at all these levels, and you will be the one to do that, and we'll help you to go there. Breath coordination with awareness. When the mind is fixed on breath, the awareness also increases, and we help you slow down your BMR. Very interesting word there. Many people want to increase their metabolism, burn their calories, and no. We help you to stay relaxed, and then obviously your input also naturally, you don't eat a whole lot, and when you don't eat a whole lot, you have no huge digestive issues there, because the whole idea of yoga is to conserve energy and to work on healing. So healing requires a little bit of a conservation of all the energy. Let's say there is a pothole. What do? They kind of put some cones around here, and they don't let the traffic go there, and they block the road, and they start fixing that. But what if the cars are constantly going over that? Can they fix that pothole? So same thing here. When your body is in necessity, there is a necessity to heal, you have to slow down. You have to sort of allow that healing to happen. So that is the reason why the basal metabolic rate has to be slow, because every day constantly we are working and we are using the body. And at night, when you relax, your BMR has to be slow, because that's when all the extra energy that is there is now used to heal you in the sleep. And it's not just the sleep. You can have the wakeful state of relaxation is at least, they have found that up to 3 times the effect of it's more powerful than sleep. Again, it depends on how well you are able to relax as well. So it helps in improved digestion, and digestion, we say, is one of the reasons for the chronic ailments, even if it is structural issue. When you fix your digestion, then the ama, the toxins that develop, the undigested material that is sitting there and bothering you and blocking the free flow of prana into the body, that will be stopped. So one more removed hurdle from your healing. So that's why digestion is important. Proper cell oxygenation is important. That's why proper breathing is important. So these are some of the practices, even including imagery and visualization, the Om and all these various relaxation practices that we give. They are very, very important. Exercise, once again, is not yoga. Exercise is necessary for everyone. We don't deny that, and we use that. But what you do immediately after exercising, how you observe your body, and feel the changes in the body. That's what slowly teaches you to go deeper and deeper into your healing. So with that, there is general yoga instructions. Practice slowly with no jerks. Movement must be smooth and effortless. Normal breathing throughout the practice with awareness. And perfection is not the goal here. Effortlessness. How am I practicing? How am I feeling inside? And that is the whole idea of yoga here. What you do is not important. How you do is important. Listen to your body, and final pose in any case without strain and within that elastic range. With that pain, if anything, we call it pleasurable pain. It's like, okay, I feel good. Yes, there is a little slight, not pain, but stretch pain, maybe. That's okay. But if you don't reach the pain threshold yet, we, in a given therapy session, usually we take people slowly from absolute no pain. If you have a pain, then you are not going to, you are almost like, regressing. One step forward and two steps backward. So we don't let that happen. But as you develop the practice, you will know how to push against the boundary. You yourself will know that. Okay, that is the idea here. Carefully feel all the changes with passive awareness. And of course, you should practice yoga after consulting with your doctor. Thank you. And with that, I will give this forum to Priya. Priya, go from here. We would ask you to, is it on the mat or it can be on the chair?
I hope it's visible, it's clear, and I'm audible too. Yeah, let's start with the supine posture. So we're going to lie down on the mat. We're going to do only the supine postures, that's with the back on the mat today.
For any reason, if you cannot go on the mat, you can also be on your bed.
Lie on your mat, with legs extended, arms by the side. Just simply relax. If you're finding any difficulties keeping the legs extended, you can just simply bend your legs, allow the knees to point towards the ceiling. Anything is fine. Let's slowly bring our focus towards the breath. Let's try to keep our eyes closed so that we keep ourselves away from the visual disturbances from the external environment. Just for 3 to 4 rounds, gently bring your focus towards the breath without altering the pattern, however. Once you're done with your 3 to 4 rounds, let's get into the first practice. This is supine pelvic tilt. So bend your legs, bend at the knees, keeping your feet grounded on the mat. You can watch me for demo once, and then we can do it together for a couple of rounds. You're going to inhale, gently see your belly bulging up. And as you exhale, you're going to draw the navel towards the spine, and you can see the back pressing the mat. Back going, your spine pressing the mat with exhalation. This is how you're going to do with the supine pelvic tilt. Let's do it together, 5 rounds. Inhale and exhale. Press your back on the mat. One more round. Inhale. And exhale. Three more rounds. Let's do it with exhalation with the chanting Akara. Inhale. Exhale with Akara. Inhale. One last round. Inhale. Inhale and release. You can either keep your feet at the same place or keep your legs extended, whichever is comfortable for you. Just for a couple of seconds, bring your awareness to your lower back. Without having any judgments, just observe your back. That's it. Let's get to the next practice, Setu Bandhasana breathing. So once again, bend your legs at the knees, bring your feet on the mat comfortably. Your arms by the sides, the lower body, palms facing down. You can watch me once again for the demo for one round, and then let's do it together. You're gonna inhale, you're gonna tighten up your butt and lift your abdomen and butt off the mat, just a couple of inches, probably 3 to 4 inches, that should do it. And gently exhale and bring your back on the mat. Slow movements without any jerks. Let's do it together. Inhale, lift up. And exhale. Move your body along with the breath. One more round. Inhale, lift up. And exhale. Gently lower your body on the mat. Next 3 rounds. Let's do the Akara chanting while we exhale. Inhale, lift up once again. Two more rounds. Inhale, tighten up your butt, lift it up. One last round. Inhale. Let's stop the practice here, and once again, you can extend your legs if you're comfortable, or otherwise you can keep your legs bent in the same place. A couple of seconds once again to watch your abdomen, your pelvic region. Moving on to the next practice, Pavana Muktasana breathing, and the wind release breathing. So for this, you're going to bend your legs, bring your knees closer to the chest, hug your legs, interlocking the fingers. You can watch me again, once again for demo, one round, and then we will do it together. I'm going to inhale here once. And as I exhale, I'm going to lift my head and bring my knees closer to the chest, my head, my forehead towards the knees. Giving an active push towards for my hips, my tailbone lifting up. And gently inhale, you're going to release and take your knees away from your body, giving a nice stretch to your upper back here. Let's do it together. 5 more rounds here. Inhale. And exhale. Move along with your breath. And inhale and release and stretch your arms, stretch your upper back with your fingers still interlocked. One more round. Exhale. Actively lifting the hips up. And exhale. So, and inhale. And this time, 3 more rounds, chanting Okara during exhalation. Inhale once and inhale. One last round. Inhale and gently release. Bring your feet on the mat. Raise your arms. Lie down. Your legs extended or knees bent and bring spine. Without having any judgment, just bring your focus towards the breath, focus towards the lower back and observe it. Observe the sensations. Moving on to the next practice. Bring your feet together, legs extended if needed, or you can keep your knees bent. Once again, whichever is comfortable for you. Bring your arms by the side, arms facing down on the mat. And watch me once for the demo once again. I'm going to do it, start on the left side so that you can watch me. I'm going to inhale, when my head is straight, upright. When my eyes are pointing up. I'm going to inhale here. And as I exhale, I'm going to turn my head towards the left, drawing my arms, my left arm down so that I make space in between my chin and my left shoulder. And gently inhaling, bring the head back to center and exhale. And towards the right. And draw the right arm down, lowering the right arm, making space. And inhaling, bring it back to the center. Let's do it together, 3 rounds. Let's start from the right side. Inhale. And exhale, turn your head towards the right. Feel the nice stretch on your left side of your neck this time. And inhale. And exhale towards the left. Inhale back to center. Let's chant Makara this time while exhalation. Inhale and exhale with Makara towards your left. One last round, inhale and exhale, turn towards the right. And inhale, bring your head back to center. Let's, from here, you're going to bring a chin towards the chest. So take your hands, interlock your fingers, bring it behind your head, supporting your head here, your neck. Once again, reminding you can either keep your legs extended or your knees bent and your spine. I'm choosing to keep my knees bent. Inhale here, and as you exhale, you're going to bring your chin closer to the chest. You can watch me for demo, and then we can do it together 3 more rounds. And gently inhaling, you're going to release and bring your head back to the mat. Let's do it together this time. Inhale here and exhale. Chin towards the chest. Move with your breath. And inhale. Bring it gently back onto the mat. Let's this time exhale with Makara. One last round. Inhale and bring your head back to the center. Release your arms, straight by the side of the body. And be there, relaxing, and at the same time bringing the awareness to your neck region, to your shoulders, into your upper back. Just to feel these sensations around this region. Let's end this session with 2 lumbar twists. So gently bring your arms perpendicular to the body, palms facing down on the mat. Your knees bent, feet firmly on the mat. Your knees hip width apart this time. Inhale and exhale, drop the knees towards the right, exhaling with Makara. You're going to turn your head towards the left when the knees goes towards the right. Both are in the opposite directions. Feel the nice twist in your lumbar. And inhale, bring your knees back to the center and your head back to the center. And exhale, drop the knees towards the left and head towards the right with Makara. Let's do it together. Inhale. And gently inhale, bring your knees and head again back to the center. And one last lumbar twist. So bringing your feet mat width apart. My edges of my feet touching the edges of the mat. My arms still in the same position. Inhale here and exhale. Drop the knees towards the right and head towards the left with Makara. Allow the shoulders to be rested on the mat. Inhale, knees and head back to center. And exhale towards the left. Knees towards the left. And gently inhale, bring your head and knees back to center. And bring your arms by the side of the body. Extend your legs if you need to, or you can continue to keep your legs bent. Lie down in Shavasana, corpse pose. Your palms facing up, fingers in naturally curled position. Your arms slightly away from your body. Your legs are slightly spread apart. Stay there. I'm going to give you my instructions sitting down. Keeping your eyes closed. Simply watch your breath just for a couple of seconds. Adjust yourself to comfortably settle down on the mat. Let's start relaxing from the tip of the toes. Bring your awareness to the lower end of the body and gently relax your toes, the soles of your feet. Relax your ankles. Relax your calf muscles and your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your glutes. Relax your abdomen. Just feel your abdomen moving up and down as you breathe in and breathe out. Gently bringing the awareness to the chest. Relax your chest muscles. Let's bring the awareness towards the lower back. Relax your lower back and your upper back. Relax your entire arms, your left arm and your right arm, starting from fingers, your palm, wrists, forearms. Relax your elbows and your upper part of your arms. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck muscles. Let's bring the awareness gently to the facial region. Relax your chin. Relax your lips. Relax your cheeks and your nose. Relax your eyes, allowing the eyeballs to fall into the eye socket. And gently closing your eyes with the eyelids without any wrinkles. Do not tighten it up. Relax your forehead. Remove all the wrinkles from your forehead. Relax your temples, ears. Relax the back of your head. And finally, relax the crown of your head. Just simply feel there is no effort from your side to hold yourself up. You've just surrendered yourself to the gravity. Just take a few moments to observe that, to acknowledge that. Feel your breath moving in and out without any conscious effort from your side. Feel your breath, which is bringing immense silence in your body and in your mind. Without disturbing the silence, let's gently wiggle our toes, wiggle our fingers, bring your feet together, arms by the side, closer to the body, and gently raising your right arm all the way above your head and your left arm on your abdomen, and gently roll over to your right side. Be there for a couple of seconds. And gently pressing the left palm on the mat, taking support, come up to the sitting position.
Thank you, Priya. So we are here now to explain what the program is, and if you have any questions, you can ask. So Rima.
Thank you, Priya. It was a good, relaxing session. So coming up, any questions regarding, please ask us. It's a 6 weeks workshop starting from October 19th and goes till December 5th. We have classes on the East Coast and Pacific Coast timings, Tuesday, Thursday, and in the 3 o'clock, and then at 6 o'clock, and then Sunday morning at 7. They're all Pacific Coast timings. Before that, we will be doing health assessments. So those who have registered for the workshop will be reaching out to you. We have few teachers with us, so they will be calling you. It takes minimum 1 hour. It can go a little bit beyond 1 hour also. It's a health assessment. We ask you a few questions. There is some pain management questions, and there is some asana evaluation. We'll also ask you to fill out the liability waiver form. So just to the risk which you're signing, meaning yoga comes with some injuries, and also whatever information you share with us in a health assessment form, we do not share that information with anyone else. We do take care of follow the HIPAA compliance rule. So please try to have some time the next whole week before October 19th. at least 1 hour of your time. And with that, I'm going to open up for any questions.
Yeah, when we say yoga comes with the risk of injuries, we just say that because only when you practice yoga without awareness and without following our instructions and without listening to your body, then there is such a possibility. But otherwise, yoga is a safe practice. So rest assured.